Hello, it's good to see you. Today we are going to be making two separate things, and they're both really easy. Now, one of them is something that you can make with ingredients that you have. It's just 4 ingredients. And the second thing is a mix. It is we got this mix in one of my keto boxes recently. This is Good D's Snickerdoodle cookie low carb baking mix, and it only has 2 grams of net carbs per serving. It's super easy. All you need is 1 egg, 1/4 cup of melted unsalted butter or coconut oil, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, which is optional. You don't have to use it, but I'm going to use it. So this is the second thing we're going to make today. They look good too. Look at them. Don't they look yummy? The first thing we're going to make, this is a recipe I found online, and it sounds interesting. I've never heard of this. Mayonnaise rolls. It's kind of like biscuits, American biscuits, not what some of y'all call cookies. You know, it's like a biscuit, but you're making it with mayonnaise. Now, I've never heard of making biscuits with mayonnaise, but that's basically what they look like in the picture. They don't look like rolls to me. They look like biscuits. 4 ingredients. This is all you need. You need 2 cups of self-rising flour, 4 tablespoons of mayonnaise, any kind, or Miracle Whip, 1 cup of milk, and 1 teaspoon of sugar. And it's really easy. According to this recipe, you just take all those ingredients, put them in a bowl, mix them for 2 minutes, spray some muffin tins with cooking spray, fill the tins 2/3 full, bake them at 450 degrees until golden brown, or for about 10 to 12 minutes. So that sounds really simple. So I have my Duke's mayonnaise here. We were talking about this. If you follow my Facebook page, I posted a meme with Robert Downey Jr. on it, talking about Duke's mayonnaise. This is the best mayonnaise. I feel really bad. There was somebody outside of the USA who had some of this in their Amazon cart, but it was $30-some. Gosh, I'd send you some, but the shipping would probably be that much from here. You know, international shipping is expensive. I have a kitten right under here. She's playing with something. Oh no, she's over here. She moves so fast. She scampers all over the place. She's been in here with me all morning. But we're going to use Duke's mayonnaise. This is the one I grew up on. If you live in the South, people are pretty territorial, and they have their mayonnaises. They're very picky about it. I came from a Duke's family. Now, some people come from a Hellman's family, and then you have the heathens that come from the Miracle Whip families. We don't talk to them, but Duke's is the way we're going to go today, and we're going to use 4 tablespoons of this mayonnaise right here. This is the best. I remember when it used to come in a glass jar, and it had a metal lid. Now it's all plastic. So that's going to be the first thing that we make today, is the mayonnaise rolls, because I'm really curious to see how these turn out. So let's get started. Oh, one more thing. I meant to show you this. Now, they're a little droopy, but look at my roses. Aren't they pretty? I picked these several days ago. I have this big rose bush in my backyard. Aren't they beautiful? Now, I only picked a few. They're flopping over. They were like that when I picked them. I should have cut them a little shorter, I guess. It's like they need a support bra. Look at these girls. They're sagging. We need a jog bra. I thought they were beautiful. I just wanted to share. Oh, they smell so good too. But I didn't pick a bunch because there were only a few. But now my rose bush is just overloaded with them. It's just weighed down with all the beautiful flowers all over it. But I just wanted to show you that. Okay, now we'll make some food now. Okay, we are all set up to do the mayonnaise rolls. Although from the pictures they look more like biscuits. I just wrote this down. So we're going to need flour, mayonnaise, milk, and sugar. And you just dump it all in a bowl. I have a bowl here. And then you mix it together for 2 minutes. Now let me get my flour. I have this measuring cup here. Now this holds 2 cups. So we need to fill it up to right here where it says 2 cups. I have my bag of flour. right here. Now I'm just going to take a spoon. We'll see how this works. I'm going to try this spoon. I always get flour everywhere. The kitten wants to help. She's right down here at my feet talking to me. She's very talkative. She's a sweet kitty. Evie's, that's her. Evie's outside on the back little patio right now, getting a little sun. She likes to lay in the sun out there. And normally Evie's in here and the kitten follows her around like a little shadow. It's cute. Evie will play with her when I'm not looking. If she sees me looking, she stops. We don't have a name for the kitten yet. Oh, she's trying to get in my potted plant. It's fake. It's all right. She's not going to hurt anything. Okay, there's 2 cups of flour. Now, I'm going to mix my dry ingredients first so the cooking cops don't get mad at me. I always get criticized every time I make food. I've been told I stir things incorrectly, I add things incorrectly. Now I just follow the recipe. So whatever the recipe says, I do. Now, so that's 2 cups of flour. This is 1 teaspoon of sugar. It's not salt, that's sugar. 1 teaspoon, I'm just going to sprinkle it over the top. Now I'm going to mix these together before I add the milk and the mayonnaise. Make everybody happy. I probably was still doing it wrong. I'm not worried about it. I'm not even going to be eating these. Okay. If they taste funny, it won't matter. I have 2 boys. They'll eat anything. They'll be eating these, not me. I'm going to try a little bit though when we get done. So right now I'm just kind of mixing in that little bit of sugar with the 2 cups of flour. There. I had to turn the heat on. It got cold last night. Okay. Let's do, I don't know. Let's do we need 4 tablespoons of mayonnaise. I might go ahead and do that first. So I've got my Duke's mayonnaise right here. The secret to great food. And they have recipes at dukesmayo.com if you want to try something. I had to get a new thing of it. That's about 1. Oh, you can smell it. This smells so good. Get out of there. I'll use my flour spoon. That's 2. Sort of. 3. It's not exact. And 4. The kitten is trying so hard to get my attention. I had picked out a name for her and the kids didn't like it. But if you ask them what they want to name her, they don't have any ideas. But every name I come up with, they don't like. It's kind of like when you're getting ready to go out to eat, and you ask you're going out to eat with somebody, and you say, "Where do you want to go eat?" "Oh, I don't care, anywhere." So you suggest, "How about we go here?" "Oh, I don't want to go there." "Well, what if we go here?" "No, I don't want to go there." "Well, you want to go here?" "Oh, no, I hate that place." "Well, where do you want to go?" "Oh, it doesn't matter." Well, clearly it does. So frustrating. At this point, I'd settle for eating about anywhere. I'd about go to a Chuck E. Cheese at this point, and that is serious. There. Now that's all that we have in here now is the flour and the sugar and those roughly 4 tablespoons of mayonnaise. Look how crumbly it is. We haven't added the milk yet. It smells funny. It has an interesting smell. The funny thing is, it already smells like bread. It's kind of weird. Okay. Well, if you think about it, mayonnaise has egg in it, so there you go. All right. Now I have a cup of milk. There we go. Now we're going to stir this together. They said to stir it for 2 minutes, but I don't have a timer. I'm just going to stir it until it looks good. You know, there are different types of people, and you can tell what type of cook they're going to be. Now, some people have to measure everything exactly. You measure it exactly, and you follow the recipe to the letter. You do not deviate from it ever. And if you mess up, you have to start over. You can't save it. You have to start all over if you make a mistake. I'm not that person. Glenda the Good Witch, my current ex, is that way, and bless his heart, he's actually a really good cook, but he's very, very precise about it. Everything has to be done just so. You cannot change the recipe. You cannot do it differently. You have to follow the recipe exactly and measure everything very precisely, very carefully. I am more prone to be the other type of person. Oh, it's thickening up. Look at it. Ooh. There's another kind of person. There's flour on the bottom. I'm the second type. I just dump everything in there. I kind of take a stab at measuring it somewhat. I dump it in there and then just go for it. I'm not going to agonize over it. And I'll make substitutions in a heartbeat, whether the recipe says you can or not. I don't care. Personally, I prefer being the second way. I think people who aren't so particular are more creative. I do. I think we can think outside the box better. And I think we handle adversity better. Because I don't care how good of a cook you are, sometimes you're going to screw up. Well, do you want to waste it all? No, you try to save it. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Look at it. Now these are our mayonnaise rolls, but the picture look like biscuits, so don't expect them to look like rolls because I don't believe they're going to. Okay, let me see what we do next. Now, the next thing we have to do is get some muffin tins and spray them with cooking spray. So let me grab some muffin tins and I'll spray them, and then we'll get ready to fill them with the this stuff. Okay, I have my little pan here, and I have just kind of, these are not very deep little muffin tins, little spots, but it says to fill each one 2/3 full. I sprayed some cooking spray inside of each one. This is a Crofton pan. This is one of the Aldi pans. I wish it were a little bit deeper, but we're gonna do our best here. I'm just gonna get dough all over the place. 2/3 full, it says. We'll see about that. That's a lot of dough right there, isn't it? Oh. I think they're going to be good. Oh, there we go. I know some people are very precise when they cook, and they're quick to tell me everything I'm not doing right. And I tell you, I don't care. You know, look what I did. No, I don't worry about it. You know, this is Teacher Appreciation Week. My son and I made a poster. And what they're doing is parents have different time slots that you can go to the school and put up a poster if you want to. And I think we're going to do that later. Our time slot is later today. It's a spiffy little poster. It's very nice. It's really cool. It has gold glitter on it and everything. All right. Well, that worked out pretty well. Let me get a wet cloth, and I'm going to just clean up around the edges a little bit. Okay, well, I think I made it a little better. I was using a big cloth, and every time I wiped, I'd accidentally hit one of the other containers. But anyway, here's what they look like. Now, I'm going to put them in a preheated oven, 450 degrees, until they're golden brown, or for 10 to 12 minutes, whichever comes first. And after that, we'll see what it looks like. Well, here they are. Look at them. They're loose in here. Look how loose they are. I didn't even do anything. They just came out. They spin in the cups. Oh, look at them. They're delightful. These are cute. Okay, that could almost pass for a roll, don't you think? I'll take a bite of that one. I don't want to handle them all, but my hands are clean. I just think it's funny. Listen to them. All right. Well, let's try one and see how it tastes. And now we are ready to start on the Snickerdoodle cookies. Now these are from Good D's, and it says it's a new and improved recipe. I've never tried these before, so I don't know what the old and inferior recipe tasted like. They're made with almond flour, and they look nice. Mine never turn out that pretty and round. They're grain-free, sugar-free, gluten-free, and wheat-free. And they have 2 grams of net carbs per serving. Let's see. It's very easy. All you need is an egg. I have an egg right here. 1/4 cup of melted unsalted butter, or you can use coconut oil if you want to. And optional, you can add a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and I am going to do that. So we're going to cut this bag open. Very simple little mix here. And we're going to pour it in here. Oh, it smells good. Okay. Let me go grab a spoon. I knew I was forgetting something. It looks like brown sugar. It smells like cinnamon. It's very pretty though. It looks like sand, actually. It's like a bowl full of sand. Okay. Let me go ahead and add the butter. That's 1/4 cup of melted butter right there. It was starting to congeal a little bit. I wanted to go ahead and get it in there. Now it really looks like sand. Okay. And egg. have my little teaspoon here. We're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla extract to this mix. Now that is optional. You don't have to do it. Okay. Gosh, it's sticky. It's really sticky. All right. Now the next step is that we want to put these, we want to get little dollops of this stuff. Let me see. Now we want to drop about 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of dough on the cookie sheet. It's got to have a piece of parchment paper on it to make approximately 12 cookies, and you can use a fork or your hand to slightly flatten the cookies. So I'm going to go grab some parchment paper and a cookie sheet, and we will take care of that. Now I have my cookie sheet with a piece of parchment paper over the top, and my little cookie scoop that I bought at Aldi. Yep, I figure that's good enough. Just gonna take some, drop it on there, like that. Makes a funny sound. Let's get some of this over here. Trying to get a little bit of that. Good enough. Now we're going to take a fork and we're just going to press them down a little bit. My grandmother used to make peanut butter cookies when I was a kid, but she only made them at Christmas time. And she would, I know I need to dip it in flour or water or something or other. Yeah, that's not going to work. Let me get a little thing of water to dip my fork in. We're going to try just this water right here and see what that does. Now, my grandmother was not one to have cookies and cakes and pies and things. She almost never had stuff like that. She was a hard-working woman and she had a rough life. She was not one of those warm and fuzzy grandmothers that, you know, showed a lot of emotion or affection or anything, but that's an airplane. Hang on a minute. Okay. The little planes are out flying around today. Some days you hear them a lot, and some days you don't hear them much. They've been out in force today. But anyway, my grandmother used to make these peanut butter cookies, and they were so good. But she only made them at Christmas time. And you had to be at her house to have them. She made them with wheat flour. And they were really good. Okay. Now look, we made them pretty. We put little designs on them. Now let's see. We have to bake these for 10 to 12 minutes or until the edges are golden at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And you have to let them cool completely before eating or they will fall apart. And of course, all ovens are different, so cooking times will vary. And here it says, please keep an eye out while baking. Well, that's not going to feel good, but I'll try it. All right, let's go ahead and bake these, and then we'll see what they look like. Ooh, wow, look how pretty they are. They're such a nice golden brown. Now we have to let them cool completely before we try to pick them up, because if you do, they'll just fall apart. So I have not tried to remove them yet. I can still feel the heat coming off of them. They smell so good. They smell wonderful. I cannot wait to try one of these. They're beautiful. So after they cool, we will take one. I think I want that one. We will take one and try it out. Okay, well, I think we're ready to try the mayonnaise rolls, which just sounds really weird. But they're all cooled off now, and the one I was going to try, my son ran in here and grabbed, so I had to go with a different one. He said they tasted burnt, so I don't know. I mean, it's not a nice golden brown bottom there, and there's nothing wrong with a golden brown bottom. It looks like it has a little smiley face on it. I'm going to eat it. Okay, let's see. It feels like it would be crunchy. It is crunchy. Trip is working on his motorcycle again. He works on it 7 days a week now. He's been out there for about an hour. It keeps knocking off. It's knocking off worse today than normal. It'll only run for about 5 seconds and then it knocks off. So that's fine with me. It's bland. It's kind of there's nothing there. It's like it's just kind of there. It's like if styrofoam was a biscuit, that's what it tastes like. It's nice and soft inside, and I like the crunchy outside. I like a crunchy biscuit like this. My mother used to make really good kind of crunchy biscuits. But it tastes like it needs something, either a little bit of salt, or you know what I was thinking? You know, you can get different flavored mayonnaise. You know, that you can get mayonnaise with different flavors in it. And Duke's makes a relish mayonnaise. They make mayonnaise with relish in it. And I almost wonder what these would taste like if you used that kind of mayonnaise instead of regular mayonnaise. Or you could use, you could put some cheese in it, or just like some Italian seasoning, or like just salt. A little bit of salt wouldn't hurt. It's very bland, but it's not bad. It's kind of bland though. I like the nice crunchiness to it, but it has no flavor to it, which, I mean, I guess it shouldn't. I mean, all we had in it, what was it? Mayonnaise, a little bit of sugar, flour, and was it milk? So, I mean, there's really no flavor. So, but it's kind of like a blank slate. You could use these and you could add your own stuff to it and play with the recipe a little bit. I know there are different, I think there's like a garlic mayonnaise if you wanted to make some garlic bread or something. And there's that Duke's Relish mayonnaise, which I've never tried, but I saw it in the store the other day. That might be a thing to try. Or just put some cheese in it. That might work too. So anyway, that is the mayonnaise roll. It's quite lovely. but bland. It tastes like a big fat saltine cracker, basically. So now though we get to have our dessert. Now we're going to try the Snickerdoodle, the low carb Snickerdoodle cookies from Good D's. Okay, I finally got the Snickerdoodle cookies cooled down, and oh, okay, maybe not quite enough, but it's holding together pretty well. It's still a little bit warm. I might have picked it up a little too soon. I will just be careful with it. Well, it definitely smells like a Snickerdoodle cookie. It's not quite as sweet as I expected. You can definitely taste the almond flour. It's good. It's good. I think I was just expecting it to be a little more sweet. It's not bad at all. Look how pretty it is. Nice color there. Yeah, these are okay. As you know, if you're on a low carb or a keto diet, or you're just trying to cut down on sugar or gluten or whatever, it's not bad. They're not bad. They're a little chewy. That may be because they haven't completely cooled down. That may change after they cool off. I didn't burn them either. The underside looks perfect. Yes, they're very good. They're soft. I'm used to Snickerdoodle cookies being a little harder than that. But they're okay. They're good. That's all right. I will let these cool down a little bit more and enjoy some of these later on. So that is everything. We made some very simple little mayonnaise rolls, which I thought they were super easy to make. Very simple ingredients. I think though it would be good if you wanted to add other stuff to it and just kind of play around with the recipe. I kind of want to get some of that relish, the Duke's mayonnaise with the relish in it. I could just take some of my own relish and mix it in there though. I kind of want to try it with that, or cheese. Maybe add a little bit of cheese to it, or just some salt, a little bit of salt and a little bit of Italian seasoning. That might be good. It needs something. They're very bland. But if you were going to do, like, you know, a southern thing to do is biscuits and gravy. You cut the biscuit open, you cut it, lay it open, and then pour that sausage gravy all over it, and you just eat it like that. It's really good. It would be good for something like that. You might want to make them a little bit thicker though for that kind of thing, so you can cut them more easily. But yeah, it was a very simple little recipe. I'll put a link in the description to the recipe if you want it. I'll show you where I got it, and you can try it out. So, but thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you have a great day, and I will see you again soon.